one of the first things awareness changes is not how you think, but how ordinary life feels. Not brighter, not deeper, just more direct. This episode is about the ordinary day, the kind that doesn't stand out, the kind you don't remember later, the day where nothing significant happens and nothing needs to. For a long time, ordinary days may have felt like something to get through, something in between meaningful moments, something you endured while waiting for clarity, rest, or resolution. Even awareness was sometimes treated that way, as something that would eventually make life feel different. But at some point, the ordinary day stops being a placeholder. You wake up, you move through routine, you do what needs to be done, and there's no sense that the real moment is somewhere else. This doesn't happen because the day improves. It happens because the pressure to escape it fades. You may notice this most clearly in repetition. The same commute, the same tasks, the same conversations. Earlier, repetition felt draining because it seemed empty, like nothing was being added. Now, repetition feels neutral, not inspiring, not numbing, just real. The ordinary day no longer needs to justify itself. You're not asking what it's for. You're not trying to extract meaning from it. You're living it. This can feel underwhelming at first. We're used to measuring life by intensity, by insight, by emotional movement. So when a day passes quietly, without friction or revelation, it can feel like something was missed. But nothing was missed. This is what living looks like when it isn't being evaluated. The ordinary day doesn't ask you to grow. It doesn't ask you to heal. It doesn't ask you to become anything. It asks you to respond to what's here, making a meal, answering a message, completing a task. Earlier, these things may have felt heavy, not because they were difficult, but because they felt disconnected from meaning. Now, meaning isn't something you add afterward. It's not required. The day stands on its own. You may notice that time feels different. The day doesn't rush, and it doesn't drag. It simply unfolds. This can feel strange if you're used to urgency. Urgency once gave shape to time, deadlines, goals, next steps. Without that internal push, time becomes less segmented. Not endless, just less pressured. You're not racing toward evening. You're not bracing for tomorrow. You're here. This doesn't mean responsibility disappears. Work still needs attention. People still depend on you. Tasks still accumulate. But responsibility is no longer layered on top of dissatisfaction. You're not doing these things while wishing you were elsewhere. You're doing them because they're part of the day. The ordinary day also changes how rest feels. Rest doesn't feel like a reward for surviving the day. It feels like a natural shift. You rest when you're done. Not because you earned it, but because nothing more is required. This removes a quiet resentment that often lived underneath routine. The resentment of having to live through another unremarkable day. That resentment fades when the day no longer has to be remarkable. The ordinary day doesn't ask for commentary. You don't need to narrate it internally. You don't need to judge whether it was productive or wasted. It simply happens. And because you're not managing it, it feels lighter. You may still prefer some days over others. That doesn't disappear. But preference no longer determines your sense of okayness. A dull day isn't a bad day. A quiet day isn't an empty one. They're just days. This is where a lot of subtle relief appears. You stop treating life as a sequence of moments that need to add up to something. You stop trying to accumulate experience. You let the day be enough. This doesn't mean you lose curiosity or care. It means curiosity becomes smaller, more local. You're curious about what's actually happening, not about what it means. You notice small things, the way your body moves through routine, the way attention drifts and returns, the way emotion passes without needing explanation. The ordinary day becomes a place you can stand, not because it offers insight, but because it doesn't demand escape. This episode isn't suggesting that every day feels calm or pleasant. Some ordinary days are heavy, some are tiring, some are frustrating. But even those days don't imply that life is off track. They're part of the texture. You don't need to interpret them. You don't need to fix them. You let them be what they are. And when the day ends, you don't carry it with you. You don't replay it. You don't measure it. You move on. The ordinary day teaches something quietly. That life doesn't need to be exceptional to be lived fully. That presence doesn't require special conditions. That awareness isn't something you turn on, but something that remains while nothing special happens. If you're listening to this and recognizing your own days in it, the ones that don't stand out, the ones that don't resolve anything, you're not behind. You're living where life actually happens. And if these reflections help the ordinary day feel less like something to endure, you're welcome to stay with the season as it continues. Liking the video helps it reach others who may be learning how to live without needing every day to mean something. If someone you care about seems restless inside routine, you're welcome to share this with them, only if it feels right. The ordinary day doesn't announce itself. It doesn't promise transformation, but it's where life keeps showing up. And that's enough.